Okay, Spongebob number 16. We're going to be using distributive property. And I want to show a few rules about multiplying x's here off to the side. First of all, x squared can be derived from x times x. X to the third power can be derived from x times x times x. Or you can say x to the third power can also be derived from these two, which is x squared times x, or a combination thereof. X to the fourth can be derived from x times x times x times x times x. Or another choice, you can say that these two can become x squared times x squared. Or x to the fourth can also be derived from these three right here being x to the third power. Again, those three right there being x to the third power times x. So there are a variety of combinations that we can use to get these single exponential terms. Okay, so let's take a look. All right, first we will be preserving the integrity of the original problem. So this is again 2 times x squared minus 2x minus 3. And we'll be distributing the 2 to here, here, and there. So essentially what we're having is a 2 times x, which is 2x to the second power, let's say 2. And then 2 times negative 2, which is negative 4, times x. And a 2 times a negative 3, which is negative 6. And that's it. That's your distributive property. Here we'll be distributing x, so we're going to preserve the integrity of the original problem. Remember the Spongebob challenge, you make sure you do exactly as I do. So you write these things down. Then we'll just distribute here, here, and there. So the x times x squared, which is here, x times x squared will be x to the third power. This will be negative 2 with an x times x. And you see x times x is x to the second power. And this will be x times negative 3, which is negative 3 times x. That's finished. Okay, here. We'll preserve the integrity of the original problem. Writing it a second time. And start the distributing process. And note that this is a 1 here, understood 1. So we're actually multiplying the 6 times the 1. So 6 times the 1 gives us 6. We have x squared times x squared. And that one's here, x squared times x squared, which is x to the fourth. Next, we have 6 times negative 2. That's negative 12. And an x to the second power times x. Well, x to the second power times x is x to the third. And next, we have 6 times negative 3. That's negative 18. And x squared times everything here. And that's finished. Okay. Number 4, preserving the integrity of the original problem. This will be 6x times negative 1 x squared plus 2x minus 4. Okay. So we'll be distributing here, here, and there. So 6 times negative 1 is negative 6. X times x squared is here. X times x squared is x to the third power. Okay. Next is 6 times 2, which is 12, positive 12. And x times x, again here, it's going to be x to the second power. Lastly, we have 6 times a negative 4, which is negative 24, times x. All right, from here, guys, again, we're going to repeat the problem. And what I'm going to, sorry, the third power. So I'm going to put a, okay, I'm going to put a -1 here, because we understood 1 there, and I'll also put 1 here. And then I'm going to distribute -1 here, here, and here. So, -1 times 1 is -1 times x to the third power. -1 times -10 is +10, x to the second power. -1 times +6 is -6 times x. And -1 times -1 is +1. Let's finish. Okay. Again, we're going to write the problem preserving the integrity of the original equation or original expression. Now I'm going to distribute by -3 here, 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 and there. I'm going to add a -1 here or 1 here. And so we have -3 times -1, which is +3. You have x to the fourth power. -3 times +5 is -15. X to the third power. -3 times a +2 is going to be -6 x. And finally, -3 times a -1 is going to be a +3. Next, -6x times, let's see, -x to the fourth minus 5x to the third, and plus 2x minus 1. 2x minus 1. And then on number 8, we have a -5 x to the second power and a -x here. And that's the fourth minus 5x to the third power. I think that's third power. Yeah, then it's plus 2x minus 1. Okay, so again, preserving the integrity of the original problem, we'll have -6x. I'll convert this to a -1, x to the fourth, minus 5, x to the third, plus 2x minus 1. And we'll start distributing here, 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 and there. So 4 distributes. So starting off with -6 times -1 is +6. X times x to the fourth. I didn't really write that down, but we're going to get x to the fifth power. X times x to the third power, which is here. X times x to the third power is x to the fourth power. So, oh, sorry, I skipped a step. -6 times -5 is +30. And then x times x to the third power is x to the fourth power. Okay, next, we have a -6 times a +2, which is -12. And then the x times x, which is right here, is going to be x to the second power. And finally, we have -6 times -1, that's +6, times x. We're finished. Okay. Now for this problem right here, we're going to preserve the integrity of the original expression. And I'm going to put a 1 here, understood 1, regular. And we're going to distribute here, 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 and here. So, -5 times -1 is +5. X to the second power times x to the fourth power is x to the sixth power. Again, I don't have a representation for that. Okay, -5 times -5 is +25. X to the second times x to the third is x to the fifth power. Next, a -5 times a +2 is a -10. And x to the second times x, which is here, is x to the third. Lastly, we have a -5 times a -1, that's +5. And then times our x squared. That's it.